Please be seated. Okay. We, the class of 2019 of Lee Summit High School, gather on this grand occasion to recognize our achievements and to celebrate our transition to a new chapter in our lives. This ceremony honors each graduate and pays tribute to personal initiative, all while honoring the community of Lee Summit. We, graduates, are the beneficiaries of a network of educators, students, parents, and community. You have come to honor us. In turn, we acknowledge you.
Board of Education, administrators, faculty, parents, family, friends, and fellow graduates, I welcome you to Lee Summit High School's commencement exercises. We, the class of 2019, consider it special that you are joining us on this significant occasion for this ceremony honoring our achievements. We want to recognize you for the time and personal concern that you have invested in us. We all know that our greatest teachers are without question the family members who care for us as we grow into adulthood. Would all parents, step-parents, guardians, and grandparents of the students in the class of 2019 please stand and be recognized? If at times we neglected to say this, we now do so publicly. Thank you for the contributions in our lives.
Thank you for that awesome welcome. Good evening. What a privilege it is to serve as superintendent of our outstanding school district. Tonight, I'm particularly grateful for the opportunity to participate in this graduation ceremony honoring the class of 2019 from Lee Summit High School. Let's give them a round of applause. This group of graduates is special to me as they represent the first class to graduate since the formation of my Superintendent Student Advisory Council. Over the course of this past year, I've had the opportunity to listen to many of you monthly, and I've seen firsthand what a talented and fierce group of young people you are. Many of you have inspired me this year via your academic, athletics, and social pursuits. For that, I say thank you. Thank you, class of 2019. It is my honor to work alongside these young people and the faculty and staff of Lee Summit High to enhance our district and our community. Tonight we gather to celebrate our community's most precious resource. Tonight we seek to honor 441 seniors, each of whom have met all the necessary requirements to earn the title of graduate. Seniors, I'm confident and proud to say that you're prepared. You're prepared to compete at the local level, at the national level, and globally. The entire Lee Summit community is proud of you. Each of you have a special place in the hearts of the parents, the family members, and friends who are here to share in your celebration. Additionally, there are many community members who give unselfishly of their talents each day to ensure your success. It's my honor to introduce one such group of volunteers whose dedication and commitment have ensured opportunities for not only this senior class, but for each of the 18,000 students who make up LSR 7. Members of our Board of Education present tonight include our Board President, Julie Doan, our Board's Vice President, Mr. Ryan Murdoch, Immediate Past Vice, Jacqueline Clark, Board Member Kim Fritchie, Board Member Dennis Smith, and we have two newcomers to our board, Mr. Mike Allen and Dr. Judy Hedrick. I would be remiss if I didn't state that our immediate past president, Mr. Bob White, is also on stage with us this evening. Thank you, board members, for all you do to benefit our community. Also, I think everyone in here will agree that it's more than appropriate for us to recognize Mr. John Falkenberry, our principal. Dr. Falkenberry, thank you. Thank you for your 16 years of service as principal of Lee Summit High School. Everybody join me again in thanking this man. We do this on behalf of the thousands of teenage lives that he's impacted over the course of his career. To the class of 2019, on this night, we'll call each of your names. And I want each of you to continue being a force of good, an example of positivity, and a beacon of hope so that the world might continue calling each of your names. Lee Summit, as a greater community, is better. It's better because each of you passed our way. What a great evening to be one of those Tigers.
On behalf of the class of 2019, I am proud to present the senior gift. One great attribute of our class was the pride we showed in Lee Summit High School. It is fitting, then, that our senior gift will express that same pride. Using funds raised by our class, an 8x19 mural reflecting the talents, passions, and accomplishments of our class will be constructed and hung in the southeast section of the cafeteria. With this gift, the class of 2019 shall be forever remembered at Lee Summit High School.
Lee Summit High School staff members have chosen an outstanding senior to address the graduating class of 2019. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Ms. Mia Wilburn, who will share about the past.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to believe that at least every once in a while, we have all noticed ourselves applying something we learned in class to the real world. Whether that be the structure of American government, the principles of accounting, or maybe even the mean value theorem for derivatives. For me, I was once taught that the worst way to begin a speech is by quoting some dumb dead guy. So I'm going to quote a smart one instead. In regards to a metric for success, the great American poet and essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson said that shallow men believe in luck or in circumstance. Strong men believe in cause and effect. Being able to sit here today at graduation means that we succeeded. Our success is marked by the stoles, the cords, the cap and gown, all of which we worked for in one way or another. Despite what we sometimes tell ourselves, luck does not earn our GPAs. Luck doesn't get us on the varsity roster. Luck didn't go to our auditions. Luck doesn't take our tests for us. And luck certainly didn't pave our way to graduation. To assume that this accomplishment is the product of luck is a disservice to the work we put in to get where we are today. Behind every grade, game, competition, or performance was you. You are what got yourself here. We don't gather here today to celebrate our lucky stars. We are here to celebrate us. Graduating isn't just luck, it's an achievement. As Emerson would say, it's the effect. Graduating is the effect, and the cause is your hard work. Not only in the classroom, but also in balancing school with the rest of life. In the class of 2019, there are athletes, workers, actors, artists, volunteers, and everything in between. High school is not a cookie-cutter experience. Even though we all walked through the same hallways, all experienced waiting 20 minutes at the stoplight on Blue Parkway, and sang the same cheers at the football games, each of us made this high school experience our own. Regardless of the path we took, we each achieved the same destination, which led us to today, graduation. As of last year, nearly 1 in 5 American teenagers did not graduate high school. The fact that you are graduating isn't due to luck or circumstance, but rather it's due to you. We cultivated success as the product of hard work, ambition, and focus, and that is something that we should be immensely proud of. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Vicki Metzler, and I'm proud to serve as coordinator of the International Baccalaureate program at Lee Summit High School. The IB program is the most rigorous academic curriculum available in the world. Students who choose this program share a common curriculum with students from over 145 countries on 6 continents. Many of our students choose to participate as course certificate candidates by completing multiple assessments for at least one international baccalaureate course. Some of our students will be sitting for rigorous IB and advanced placement exams even after graduation. Students at this time, I would ask all IB and AP exam participants from the class of 2019 to stand. Please join me in recognizing this group's hard work. We have 10 students who have met the requirements for the International Baccalaureate Career-Related Program. These students have completed work for at least 3 IB courses and have completed at least 2 approved career-related courses. During the last 2 years, they have documented progress in learning a second language and have met the IB requirements for career-related service and research. Would the following students please stand to be recognized? Taisha Brock, Harrison Childs, Emma Cooney, Trent Gibson, Tamia Ray, Afton Lynn Shumate, Gabriela Suazo, Andrew Whiteman, Jessica Winkler, Addison Webker. Congratulations to our IB career-related program students from the class of 2019. This year, 17 students chose to pursue the rigorous and prestigious International Baccalaureate Diploma. Each of these students will have completed assessments for at least 7 IB courses and has demonstrated personal growth in global awareness, research, creativity, physical fitness, and service. This path through Lee Summit High School provides academic rigor, encourages well-roundedness, and requires exceptional commitment and perseverance. As I call your name, would each IB diploma candidate please stand? Parents of these diploma candidates, as your student's name is called, would you also stand and share in this unique achievement? Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been read. Lindsay Amato, Delaney Butler, Aiden Clark, Jenna Green, Connor Kiter, Adriana Kidwell, Kelly Knowles, Olivia Macco, Ryan Meir, Alexandria Mez, Sierra Nyquist, Lindsay Reinhardt, Sarah Rice, Anna Stevenson, Kyle Wayman, Mia Wilburn. Congratulations, students, upon your outstanding accomplishments.
Well, good evening once again, and thank you for joining us to celebrate the class of 2019. These graduates have truly left their academic mark on Lee Summit High School. Please join me in considering some of the evidence. Embracing the idea of rigorous study, 387 members of the class, 88%, took at least one weighted course during their time at Lee Summit High School. Not only did they engage in difficult coursework, they excelled. 52 of these students, or nearly 12% of the class, finished their high school career with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher. This class produced more than its share of Bright Flight Scholars. What exactly is a Bright Flight Scholar? It's a student who scores in the 95th percentile or higher within the state of Missouri on the ACT College Readiness Exam. Again, proving their academic excellence, this class produced 27 Bright Flight Scholars. Currently, if you walk our halls, there are 6 banners that hang within these students' school, and each one reads, "One of America's best high schools." Well, thanks to the contributions of these seniors right in front of you, we were recently informed that we will need to hang a 7th banner. Seniors, we are really excited about your future plans. From your exit survey, you reported the following intentions. 80% of you are heading to college or some type of post-secondary education. Some of you are heading immediately to work, while 19 of you plan to serve your country in the armed services. Give me just 1 second. That was awesome, but we can do one level better. Let's meet those students. If you're going to be serving your country, please stand so we can really recognize you. They absolutely deserve it. It's at this point that we pause to recognize those seniors who have finished in the top 5% of the class. To gain entrance into the top 5% required a measly grade point average of 4.38. Understanding what it took to earn this standing within a class this size, it is with great admiration that I introduce these students. Seniors, as your name is called, please stand where you are, along with your parents, to be recognized. Audience, if you could help us out, and let's hold all of our applause until I get through number 5, and then we'll give them a round of applause. Number 22, Afton Shoemate. 21, Lindsay Reinhart. 20, Cody Binder. 19, Sarah Fletcher. 18, Aiden Clark. 17, Harrison Childs. 16, Caitlin Fiorani. 15, Milana Ellis. 14, Jake Bound. 13, Kelly Knowles. 12, Grace Garrett. 11, Riley Knopfziger. 10, Ryan Meir. 9, Mia Wilburn. 8, Sarah Rice. 7, Olivia Macco. 6, Anna Stevenson. And number 5, Emma Cooney. Before we recognize the next 4 students who comprise the top 1%, let's first honor through a round of applause these students who stand before us. Students in the top 1%, when your name is called, please move to the front of the stage. Parents of these students, would you please stand and remain standing? Audience, once again, help us out by holding your applause. At number 4, with a GPA of 4.4815, is Alexandria Mez. Alexandria, come on up. Oh, you guys did so good. Thank you. It's hard, I know. Meet Dr. David Sharp. This is our Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Instruction. Number 3, with a GPA of 4.4844, is Connor Kiter. Number 2, salutatorian of the class of 2019 with a GPA of 4.5185 is Sierra Nyquist. Dr. Sharp's going to go one step further and commemorate Sierra's achievement by giving her the salutatorian medallion. And finally, valedictorian of the class of 2019 with a GPA of 4.599. I'm going to go ahead and give you 4.6. Delaney Butler. Okay, everybody but Delaney can sit down. At this time, I would like to invite Delaney to the podium.
Thank you. family, friends, and staff for joining us here this evening as we celebrate this milestone. A wise man once said, "Your future hasn't been written yet. No one's has. Your future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one." That same man went on to build the world's first time machine out of a 1982 DeLorean. Now, I'm not saying that we'll all go on to do something as crazy or as amazing as that, but when we leave here today, we will all head out to our own chosen paths to make our future what we want it to be. We stand here today on the precipice of the future. It's not a distant reality anymore. It begins here, and it begins today. We began high school as children, but we are leaving as adults, even if some of us don't act like it yet. We've completed a basic education that will serve as the platform we'll use to launch ourselves into our futures. Some of us will go on to college, others straight into the workforce, and some will go on to serve in active duty for this country. This building is holding the next decade's great business leaders, doctors, politicians, and so much more. We will make mistakes, and there will be failures. We will face challenges that the freshman versions of ourselves never could have imagined. For example, the freshman version of myself was absolutely horrified of public speaking. But we must approach those future challenges with the same boldness and equanimity with which many of us have tackled the problems we've faced in high school. We will grow and we will mature. We will learn to become independent young adults who only occasionally guilt our parents into paying for our gas money when we can't come home to visit them. Some of us leave high school with a distinct plan, others with the general idea, and some of us have no idea what we want to do yet. But we can't predict our future. Those who have a plan will change that plan multiple times. Those that feel unsure or lost at this moment in time will find their calling where they never thought they would. Regardless, we all make up some part, big or small, of the future of our society. We all have a role, and we can all make a difference. So, as we search to enhance our lives and the lives of others, as we grow into people that will change our society, as we all go our separate ways this summer and next fall, we must always remember to be thankful to those around us that encouraged and pushed us to succeed. We must remember to be kind and considerate. We must remember what it means to be a Lee Summit High School Tiger. Tradition, pride, excellence. We've grown up with these standards, and we continue onto our futures with these standards in the back of our minds guiding us towards success. The future that we thought would never come begins today. And as I stand before you, a soon-to-be graduate who is still terrified of public speaking, I can honestly say that I am thankful that I got the chance to share this moment, this milestone, with each and every one of you. Congratulations, seniors.
Thank you, Delaney. So where were you Friday, April 26? At 7:20 a.m., I was standing in the PAC lobby supervising students. More specifically, I was leaning against the command center, enjoying my first sips of coffee. At 7:21 a.m., still grievously low on Java, the day's first question arrived. Doc Falk, are you going to see Endgame tonight? Excuse me? Are you going to see Endgame? After a long drink of coffee, shamelessly taken to stall, I was forced to confess, I don't know what that is. After wiping the utter disbelief off his face and working through his deep disappointment with his principal, the student provided enlightenment. Endgame is the culmination of 22 Marvel superhero movies. You know, the Avengers. Using some skills I've gathered over the years, I quickly manufactured a crisis over the walkie-talkies and exited this highly foreign conversation. A week later, while watching my morning news program, I heard about this movie that grossed $1 billion in 1 week. Wow, I said out loud. They must have remade Forrest Gump. Not so. Avengers Endgame was on the cusp of setting a record. A week later, it reached $2 billion grossed, faster than any other movie. Fast forward to last Wednesday evening. I told my wife, I'm having trouble writing this year's graduation speech. To which she replied, that's your problem. I'm retired. Pressing the point, I said, all the kids are talking about this Avengers movie. I think I'm going to write about the lessons of the Avengers. To which she replied, and that's because you know so much about the Avengers? It was a fair point. So last Wednesday night at 7:44 p.m., the decision was made we would hustle to Lee Summit B&B 14 to watch Endgame. If only my April 26 tormentor could see me now. After paying $20 to get in, I don't even have to ask you if that sounds pricey. I can tell by your reaction. I felt the same way. I was shocked. I was finally ready for my introduction to the Marvel comic universe. Well, seniors, all I can tell you is I tried. After waking up for a second time, I leaned over to Susan and said, do you want to leave? And after she replied yes, I bravely told her, okay, you go first. I'm right behind you. So tonight we will avoid the psychology of Thanos and the heroism of Iron Man. Instead, let's stick closer to home. While Marvel created a universe of superheroes, I believe Lee Summit High School is full of superheroes. They exist in the form of our teachers. 115 strong, this group has chosen to spend their days pouring themselves into you, leading, relating, inspiring, tolerating yet another story about the exploits and injustices inherent within the Nerf war. Well, appropriately, the school district has taken notice of these superheroes. Did you know in the last 2 years, 6 Lee Summit High School teachers have been named finalists for the district's Teacher of the Year award? I think that's right. Now, I can neither confirm nor deny that that number is more than any other school. But who needs Hulk or Black Panther or Captain America when you have this crew representing all 115 of our superheroes? Let's briefly see what we can learn, and most importantly, how it applies to you. Meet Mark Russell. So high school is over, and you have to figure out what to do with your life. Some of you have already have a job lined up. Some are entering the military. Some are going to college to explore further. Whichever describes you, it would be in your best interest to treat your future vocation like Mark Russell. What makes Mr. Russell a superhero? Acquired and applied knowledge. Mr. Russell has 2 primary jobs at Lee Summit High School: teach journalism and teach English. They're related, but they aren't exactly the same. Regardless, he has become expertly knowledgeable regarding each one. Using my own lingo, he knows his subject matter cold. While a person cannot know everything, when you, seniors, identify your life's work, you can choose to learn and keep learning until you become a recognized expert. Mark Russell did. Now, if you're thinking becoming an expert only relates to those that go to college, think again. The best concrete man I know, one of my former students, didn't like school all that much. His story, though, is just like Mr. Russell's. He decided, if I'm going to spend my time doing this, I'm going to learn more about it and be better at it than anybody else. His business shows that he is. Meet Matt Buxton. There's been a lot written recently about social emotional learning. Even before that was a term, Mr. Buxton knew and lived out the importance of making every person feel valued, making every person recognize their own importance. Within the walls of his classroom, each child has a voice and the ability to express it. In your dream job, do you want to heal people, sell something to people, design and build things, solve networking problems? Do you want to run the entire organization? Whatever your dream job is, make a pledge to treat people like Matt Buxton. Meet Kelly Wilson. Who is the voice of reason in your life? Who is it that improves your judgment? Just the act of hearing yourself talk out loud to him or her causes clarity to develop. When it's not okay, but after a conversation with that person, he or she helps you know it's going to be okay, I ask again, who is that person in your life? Who is that person that doesn't say a lot, but when he or she does, people quickly latch on? For me, at Lee Summit High School, that person is Kelly Wilson. As you move on to college, or the military, or the workplace, what if your roommate doesn't work out? What if your drill sergeant is not warm and fuzzy? What if the people around your cubicle make you want to wear noise-canceling headphones all day long? Who's going to become that person that you can go to? That voice of reason that can talk you into a better place? Equally important, will you provide that sanctuary, that safe place, that voice of reason for somebody else? Meet Chris Muntz. Does excellence... You can always kind of tell when they post up there. Does excellence just happen, or can it be produced? Do you allow people to pull excellence out of you? When you move off to this next chapter, are you prepared to step out of your comfort zone, insert yourself into something new, study it, practice it, allow yourself to be challenged, and work at it long enough to see excellence start to come out the other side? Every time I hear a choir trained by Chris Muntz, I think to myself, just how much better could a professional choir be? Well, those choirs start with a bunch of newbies that don't know enough to be anything close to excellent. You are going to be tackling something new really soon. While I encourage you to be patient with yourself, I equally encourage you to dream about, investigate, and explore what excellent looks like in your new world. Once you know, what will it take for you to pursue it with vigor? The answer is different for each person. True power comes when you figure it out for yourself and employ your own motivation to make it happen. A local basketball coach, college basketball coach, calls that BYOJ. Bring your own juice. I love that. People like Chris Munns can pull excellence out of others, but you will be better off pursuing excellence by first expecting it and bringing your own juice to the table. Let's meet Tammy Cronus. Mrs. Cronus is fearless. Tammy, I need you to be ACT coordinator for 7 tests per year. Okay. Tammy, I need you to be lead business teacher. Again. Okay. Tammy, I need you to run gates and security at Lee Summit High School. Okay. Tammy, I need you to be the new IB career program coordinator. It's a new position. I don't really know how it's going to work, but I think you'll be excellent. Okay. Now, with all of those okays, you may think that Tammy's a pushover. You may think the definition of fearless is simply somebody that cannot say no. There may be a bit of truth to that, but more so, I think it means somebody who is always ready and willing to look beyond the bounds of time, energy, and the proverbial, I'm just so busy, to find one more way to serve. So we know you can serve, seniors. You completed 10 hours of community service. In fact, the last hours came rolling in yesterday about 2 o'clock. So knowing you can serve, it's fair to ask, how are you going to build service into your life going forward? Maybe you will be better than Tammy at saying no, but I hope not, because saying no too often is no way to build a life. Opportunities have come your way, and things have happened because somebody chose to serve. I'm hoping you can think of specific times that you created an opportunity or a better reality for somebody else through your service. That's important work. Wherever you go next, think back to Mrs. Cronus's example and make time to serve others. Meet Blake Little. What if your superpower was being able to talk with anybody? What if you could quickly move beyond small talk and hold meaningful conversations with those same anybody's? What if you always saw other people as somebody to learn from? What if you always chose to see the good in people, even if they choose to display their other characteristics? What if through consistently displaying such relational skills, you became an inspiration to others? You are getting ready to meet new people, seniors. One of the realities of high school following graduation is that the family breaks up. The Tiger family you know, it's going its own ways. As you encounter new people and start to figure out who will earn the opportunity to be called your friend, what if you made no enemies along the way? What if you brought such a positive perspective to your human encounters that people became either acquaintances or friends? No room left for any other option. What if your positive perspective began to rub off on others? What if you became an inspiration to others? Mr. Little's example could provide some guidance. So while it may be true that 115 Lee Summit High School teachers, our superheroes, cannot achieve sonic flight, cannot wield enchanted hammers, and have not recently carried out secret black ops missions, at least that they've admitted to, I think you must agree that their daily actions, their daily commitment to excellence, provide some breadcrumbs upon a trail that can lead to success. If you seek to master your work like Mark Russell, treat others like Matt Buxton, seek out a voice of reason like Kelly Wilson, pursue excellence like Chris Muntz, commit to service like Tammy Cronus, and find the good in all people like Blake Little, I can't promise you will find the coveted infinity stones, but I bet you put together a high-quality life that will positively impact others. Seniors, those 115 teachers, myself, every administrator, every counselor, we love you and we are immensely proud of you. Thank you. Now, audience, before we individually recognize each of our seniors, it's important that we take a moment and pay tribute to all of the superheroes who have helped these students. With the faculty and staff of all of these locations, Lee Summit High School, Pleasant Lee Middle School, any of our elementary schools, and even our early childhood educators, if you have had any part in helping educate these children, you are a superhero, and please stand up so we might recognize you. Members of the Board of Education and members of the audience, each of these students sitting before you has fulfilled all requirements as set forth by Missouri's Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, as well as the Lee Summit R7 Board of Education, and are eligible to receive their diplomas. The granting of the diploma is the time to allow each graduate to shine. To help us know exactly and properly how to recognize and show genuine appreciation to each and every one of these graduates, I would like to call my friends Emily Williams and Darius Robinson to the podium.
On behalf of all seniors in Lee Summit High School's class of 2019, please allow us to say thank you once again for attending our ceremony. Truly, we are honored that you chose to share this special event with us. In order that all graduates might receive the respect they deserve, we would like to ask a favor from each and every one of you.
Now that it is time for the reading of our names and the receiving of our diplomas, we ask that you absolutely not applaud or make any other noise that might interfere with each senior's individual recognition. Please consider the dignity with which each of our classmates have handled themselves throughout the ceremony. If anyone came here tonight intending to yell or scream for an individual, don't. Instead, help honor all 441 of us by granting this favor.
Presley Ann Davis.
Madison Marie Ross.
Kirsten Joanne LaRue.
Mia Nicole Wilburn.
Sierra Ann Nyquist.
Brooke Olivia Wasco.
McDeloit Mary Ann Keller.
Stephanie Taylor Yancheski.
Madeline Nicole Brooks.
Bailey Beth Pryor.
Abigail Nicole Jors.
Cassandra Lynn Workman.
Zoe Cynthia Lee.
Delaney Claire Butler.
Parker Aiden Tozier.
Emily Claire Williams.
Dalton Tyler Forbes.
Darius Jamal Robinson.
Tyler Bryant Williams.
Hannah Lynn Cleaney.
Cameron Elizabeth Sarah Brigham.
Jessica K. Stiglitz.
Rose Lee Goebel.
Kelly Suzanne Helmick.
Connor Lee Riddell.
Kittipat Watanasaman.
Joseph Dale Ferguson.
Adriana Marie Kidwell.
Austin Thomas Gamble.
Olivia Grace Macco.
Jonathan Theodoros Astatke.
Anna Marie Stevenson.
Taylor John Dingman.
Rachel Ellen Sims.
Kellen Thomas Merrill.
Grace Elizabeth Stevenson.
Lindsay Marie Reinhardt.
Connor William Kiter.
Aiden Elizabeth Clark.
Kyle Anthony Cresson.
Emma Marie Cooney.
Emily Lynn Lassell.
Mackenzie Elena Kraxberger.
Mackenzie Darlene Owens.
Christopher Wayne Teeter.
Akinya Oriyomi Sholaja.
Kelly Nicole Knowles.
Zakira Imani Gleason.
Sarah Grace Rice.
Robel Abera Colecho.
Lindsay Callaghan Amado.
Layla Michelle Weatherspoon.
Ashlyn Page Springer.
Tendai Primrose Kamazandu.
Isabel Renee Dinsmore.
Aaliyah Denise Lewis.
Nicholas Lindsay Walker.
Tamia Denise Ray.
Alexandria Renee Mez.
Grace Marie Garrett.
Lindsay Luann Brooks.
Seth Noble Garrett.
Peyton Lene Gale.
Andrew Patrick Huggins.
Skylar Elizabeth Gilpin.
Sebastian Ash Mayhew.
Sarah Elizabeth Fletcher.
Caitlin Allison King.
Brooke McKenna Day.
Olive Atlee McVicker.
Afton Lynn Shoemate.
Samantha Nicole Fielder.
Victoria Hazel Cairns.
Peyton Aubrey Wright.
Taisha Marie Brock.
Jordan Elizabeth Crenshaw.
Elias Payne Mendenhall.
Taryn Brianne Mullen.
Colt Robert Bonham.
Morgan Renee Baltzer.
Logan Scott Edmondson.
Megan Page Colenda.
Carson Michael Whitney.
Samantha Lynn Shearhutz.
Trey Duncan Kendall.
Isabella Brianna Marie DeMarco.
John Francis Rocaro.
Blake Owen Lemon.
Zachary William Easley.
Misty Dawn Shook.
Grant Montgomery Heiser.
Margaret Nicole Harris.
Ethan James Stevenson.
Joanna Palayo.
Ryan Crawford Hampton.
Gabriela Michelle Suazo.
Dominic Anthony Ocampo.
Juliana Leilani Iniguez.
Damon Farrell Bedenbender.
Cameron Danielle Bramble.
Elena Nicole Olander.
Milana Lynn Ellis.
Talon Hayes Conley Hughes.
Otto Samada.
Lindsay Elizabeth Savick.
Abigail Marie Humston.
Olivia Marie Pace.
Jordan Grace Turner.
Audrey Gail Howe.
Jessica Nicole Winkler.
Paige Elise Stone.
Sage Georgia Morgan.
Sarah Elizabeth Miller.
Lily Catherine Smith.
Cassidy Lee Robinson.
Eden Victoria Davis.
Abigail Ann Hamilton.
Corbin Michael Cronin.
Elizabeth Pauline Childs.
Ashley Nicole DeStefano.
Noah Mackay Wheat.
Alexis Danielle Davis.
Jaden Matthew Stacy.
Adeline Grace Potter.
Michael Thomas Condon.
Kendall K. Ruling.
Brent Thomas Gray.
Madeline Helen Murrow.
Zachary James Scott.
McKaylee Cora Reinhardt.
Evan Michael Clark.
Clayton Garrett Couch.
Caleb Desmond Rennie.
Brett Allen Hoy.
Caleb David Hierman.
Dakota Emmett Tomlinson.
Natnel Shemeles Gebretsadik.
Lucille Marie Licata.
Dylan Anthony Ibarra.
Aaron Renee Green.
Catherine Ann Talley.
Cassidy Rose Harmon.
Gisele Madison Leonard.
Alexandra Denise Davila.
Noah Patrick Clark Kuntz.
Sharwin Leanne Stella Boaz.
Ryan Joseph Bullimore.
Jada Lynn Johnson.
Levi Richard Magnuson.
Jillian Grace Hood.
Brady Christopher Atkins.
Claire Elizabeth Wagner.
McGuire Edward Davis Moore.
Andrew Michael Stringer.
Lathan Alexander Buckley.
Kane Ryan Ridner.
Preston Leo Michael Kiefer.
Dylan James Ham.
Drew Jarrett Epperson.
Nicholas Allen Freilich.
Jacob Lewis Daniel Tracy.
Jackson Kyle Wood.
Addison Taylor Monses.
Colin James K.
Abigail J. Eaton.
Lauren Kerrigan Huser.
Jaden Havion Brown.
Marie Elizabeth Michael.
Caleb Brandon Wilbert.
Olivia Kathleen Groom.
Caleb Ryan Heaney.
Jacob Augustine Hover.
Gabriel Michael Worthy.
Justin Matthew Hobson.
Jake Ryan Bound.
Deeb Gabriel Howick.
Riley Dean Nofsker.
Quentin Dennis Carlberg.
Alex Joseph McLean.
Trenton Andrew Gibson.
Corey Dot Dotran.
Joshua David Nasworthy.
Jordan Douglas Johnson.
Shane Lee Ray.
Alexander Vaughn Carey.
Jackson Pierce Brulette.
Caleb Aaron Reed.
Ryan Michael Meir.
Cody Allen Brown.
Susan Carolyn Gordon.
Preston Oakley Kimball.
John Michael Abernathy.
Cheyenne Sierra Cockerline.
Zion Michael Wiseman.
Molly Elaine Roller.
Curtis Dean Jackson.
Mahmoud Shakshak.
Trent Alexander Hibden.
Josephine Marie Cronley.
Demetrios Alexander Marudis.
Erin Michelle Wiley.
Montasser Jad Mansi.
Zyaria Lee Harrison.
Trevor Danielle Wishney.
Lauren Elaine Boom.
Garrett Walter Swilly.
Jasmine Lee Gummany.
George Aaron Grosvenor.
Connor Gummany.
Jalen Shane Snook.
Brennan Patrick Halloran.
Samuel Timothy Locke.
Alexis Michelle Parker.
Tyler James Perry.
Abby Navarre White.
Luke Robert James Jenkins.
Milagros Cecilia Guevara.
Bailey Grace Zentz.
Chayton Jess Henderson.
Daniel Lobo.
Valerie Crescent Jewel Spence.
Reed David Thomas Mack.
Jenna Nicole Helbling.
Noah Davison Renfro.
Cheyenne Alicia Wood.
Taylor Adrian Guerrero.
Alexa Nicole Warburton.
Kendra Ayana Celestine.
Lauren Elizabeth Robison.
Zoha Malik.
Denise Danielle Ocampo.
Alyssa Jordan Wallace.
Hannah Christine Mangiamelli.
Garrett James DeShazo.
Taylor Zoe Brian Shields. Brianne.
Anthony Cooper Hudson.
Megan Isabel Toth.
Samuel Fitzgerald White.
Reese Martin Steichleather.
Derek Andrew Culp.
Tamia D'Angela Malray.
Caleb Michael Morris.
Madison Nicole Ungashig.
Nicholas Gabriel Snyder.
Franklin Zenobio Mann.
Jacqueline Lee Bramer.
Cody Thomas Binder.
Carolyn Ann Campbell.
Elizabeth Michael Hasty.
Rebecca Marie Nash.
Sydney Rose Phillips.
Heather Renee Simmons.
Jackson Douglas Cumberland.
Georgia Lynn Adkins.
Carter Gregory Nias.
Winji Yu.
Isaiah Nathaniel Frazee.
Jessica Lynn Renette Peru.
Alyssa May Alvarado.
Bo Tin Min Tran.
Skylar Mackenzie Turner.
Jet Eliana Williams.
Christina Marie Felix.
Sophia Lou Silvers.
Elena Marie Kesley.
Ashla Lauren Weisenbach.
Nigeria Samorie Gibson.
Lindsay Beth Shipman.
Kiera Ajane Goldman.
Audrey Anna Mays.
Latasia Renee Taylor.
Haley Ann Christie.
Kaylee Sue Blair.
Elizabeth Nicole McCain.
Mallory Lauren Rager.
Beatrice Lazaro Alves.
Ruth Ann Jones.
Annie Gutierrez Sierra.
Michaela Elizabeth Oxley.
Yannick Tim Kolb.
Sailor Christian Pace.
Clemens Mikhail Ludwicki.
Thaddeus Alexander Freeman.
Mitra Nicole Hamilton.
Samuel Aspen Davis.
Avery Nicole Sheezer.
Ivan Andriovich Konovalov.
Merle Morgan Summers.
Michaela Jordan Lillis.
Cole Stephen Wilson.
Allison Tommy Franklin.
Gabriel Lee Runyon.
John Clifton Harris II.
Jordan David Winkler.
Kisan Lamar Allende Jackson.
Connor Blake Murray.
Cameron Dwayne Washington.
Tadeja Lachey Weekly.
Stacy Dwayne Landis Jr.
Kinza Ann Bensuda.
Austin Tyler Spencer.
Isabella Marie Stevens.
Caleb Ahmad Smith.
Gage Balik Piggy.
Lily Ann Bach.
Oman Malik Muhammad.
Courtney Glenn.
Sydney Alexandra Saveda.
Alexis Nicole Easton.
Jenna Elaine Green.
Addison Paige Webker.
Deheron A. Johnson.
Bailey Danielle Schaaf.
Darius Marcel King.
Shane Michael Mason.
Kyle Lee Wayman.
Sidney Cravens,
Spencer Miller Barbeck,
Tristan Lee Killian,
Benjamin James Shelton,
Angel Latrice King,
Seth Riley Kilborn,
Shanley Giovanna Tiana Myers Roby,
Skylar Elizabeth Ann Snow,
Zachary Alexander Kirks,
Kaylee Rose Smith,
Michael Alexander Miller Jr.,
J. Alex Vo,
Tommy Eugene Hicks,
Alexis Nicole De La Cruz,
Zachary Morgan Brewer,
Kira Marie Alt,
Colin Matthew Reisner,
Alec Ian Rowe,
Rachel Irene Schouten,
Hunter Douglas Dean Weekly,
Alenia Mayanne Frazier,
Timothy Quinton Welsh,
Katie Lee Henry,
Lennox Matthias Crockett,
Carson Joseph Cook,
Tara Renee Patrick,
Damian Hunter Cunningham,
Amber Raynon Simmons,
Jeremy Thomas Soders,
Madison Dial,
Sebastian Emilio Jan Given,
Reva Janetta Miller,
Amanda Kathleen Franklin,
Devin Alexandria Reese,
Austin Murray Smith,
Jada Nicole Miller,
Michael Stephen Cadwell,
Amber Renee Leonard,
Elizabeth Rose Collins,
Andrew Allen Whiteman,
Caitlin Elizabeth Fiorani,
Jackson Lyle Boone,
Harrison Garrett Childs,
McKaylee Rose Perry,
Garrett Roy Threlkeld,
Rylan Lee Forbes,
Brennan Thomas Moore,
Neely Joe Delana,
Ryan George Duke,
Osma Nadal Kaki,
Jose Anthony Garcia,
Bryant Domingo Salcedo Hernandez,
Colin Wayne Dunning,
Kelson Omar Flores Castillo,
Zachary Alexander Luther,
Giselle Guadalupe Ramirez,
Zachary Allen Smith,
Shamer Andur McCoy Brandon,
Christian Lee Rape,
Jalen Tyvon Chairs,
Jonathan Patrick Krantz,
Dre Dorcel Wilcox,
Caleb Logan Harding,
Keenan Christopher Johnson,
Jackson J. Wood,
Marquise Lindell Thomas,
Brendan Howard Kramer,
Maxwell Edward Wolitz,
Stephen James Shoresman,
James Brody Meredith,
Jackson Sampson Oglesby,
Kenneth Eugene Palmer III,
Brandon Hugh Findlay,
Matthew Aaron Ross,
Austin Chase Ross,
Jeremiah Tyler Lavely,
Tyler Scott McMillan,
Shania Shea Jordan,
Kevin Michael Daniels,
Madison Rose Murphy,
Ian Scott Powell,
Connor James McEnany,
Cesar Alejandro Rutiaga Jr.,
Mari Carmen Garcia,
Jaden Thomas Dinkins,
Liam Jack McDevitt,
Maximilian Willem Gregory,
Trenton Daniel Lucelle,
Noah Lee Johnson,
Cheyenne Marie King,
Paige Leanne Lear,
Sierra Ashley Masters,
Aaron Eugene Schmeckel,
Amanda Lane Roush,
Christian Caldwell,
Guadalupe de Rosario Olivas Herdes,
Shadi Madia,
Brooklyn Mariah Gentry,
Gabriel Townsend Davis,
Fabiola Pellico, Dylan Lanai Thomas, Catherine Marie Perry, Devin Lee Carter. Alexis Brianne Weekly. Janie Lorraine Wald. Renee Ann Haskell. Daniel Joshua Roberts. Jason Scott Wiedenhofer. Whitman Briggs Stanfield Myers. Aiden Christopher Thomas Plunkett. Leah Ilsa Harriman. Haley Nicole Galloway. Omar Maknad Tabasi. Damian Mikhail Suker.